Hey, this is Marley Baird. I just had an awesome time chatting with my friend Miro at Boss to Boss. What a fun interview we just did. You guys got to check it out.
Welcome to Boss to Boss. R&R rants and recaps. How's it going, everybody? Another beautiful day to be alive, beautiful time, and here we are. Today we're actually doing a live podcast. It's our first attempt at a live. I guess it's not really our first. I technically did a live show with Calvin Wayman back at Thrive last year. Then I did one with Travis Chappell in Miami. Then me and Steve attempted one that was a fail at the bar that we're attempting one tonight about a month ago, I think. And but this is gonna be our first like little events that we're doing. Like we talked about making this a bigger thing, a community, a different type of networking event where it could be where it's going to be an interactive podcast. All the guests can, we'll have some time at the end where they could ask questions to the interviewee, and at the same time, we hope that people are coming in there that love podcasting or are just curious to see what podcasting is about, and that will brings like-minded individuals, entrepreneurs, business owners, or just anybody looking to better themselves, and in that way everybody else could connect and intermingle, and it's like a new take on the networking events here in 2019. Year 2019, we're in the future. Though, are we? I don't know. I thought we'd be so much more advanced at this point in time where we're at right now. For sure, I always thought like by 2020 we'd be flying in cars, going across the earth, living on Mars already. Like my expectations were, and still are, out of this world, but things have really taken forever. Like we've come a long way, but at the same time, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the TV show, the movies, the TV shows that were showed, when we're very young, right away at an early age, and constantly, you think all these crazy things are going to happen. I remember watching like the Tom Cruise movie. I think it was, or no, Bruce Willis, maybe Die Hard or whatever, where they were flying cars and all that stuff is going on. And I was like, oh man, I can't wait to be like 20, 30 years old and finally be doing that. And here I am, and we still haven't done that. But I guess we are getting Uber copters, Uber helicopters. So that's pretty cool. But it's all taken a while. So I really hope that that's something that still happens by the time, within our lifetimes. But I guess you never know. Maybe if we all pushed for it, maybe I should like switch careers, switch everything, and just go into like attempting to make a flying car, and then that will be like my journey, my destiny, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, enough with that rant. But we're super excited, Steve Wiley and I. To do this live show tonight. We'll see. Hopefully we get some people in attendance. We did a meetup group for the first time ever. We already have like over 10 members in the meetup group. Hopefully some of them end up coming, and we'll see. I got like I'm kind of, the way I'm preparing for this event is that I'm preparing as if I were to do any other interview, getting my guest info, kind of doing a quick, overview, doing a little research on them. And so I'll be ready for that part of the show. Obviously, a lot more goes into it because now we're doing it somewhere. So we're bringing cameras, mics, lights. We want to kind of get the seating in order. I'm bringing in this TV monitor to do like a little, I guess, promotional like sign thing with our name, since last time we didn't really have one when we attempted to do it. And I'm this one I'm debating or not, but I bought name tags, so if they come in time, I'm gonna bring those in too. Maybe if people want to like actually walk around and network, if enough people show up. But it's really up in the air. I hope it's gonna be a hit. I know that these things don't happen overnight, and a lot of times, any sort of group, any networking group, any meetup, I'm just thinking back to like these referral programs, the international business programs and stuff that are out there to groups, the BNIs, right? Business Networking International. They started off with a person or two people. So this boss to boss meetup is going to start up with maybe a few people. But, if we're consistent and we believe in it, which we do, then things will happen. People will come, and we're all going to grow together and grow in a different way. You get to, it's not just like any networking event you go to. It's all the same. Here, you're going to get to see a podcast being done live. We're not going to do it forever, just for a little bit. We don't want to bore you, like that you sit there and you're watching a show, because it is an event, an interactive event. So we're going to get the audience involved, see if they want to ask some questions to the guest, and then to make them feel a part of the podcast. And then afterwards, we're going to use that as kind of like a transition into everybody that's there. Any podcasting questions, can we help you get started? And then everybody that's there could mingle, meet each other, and hopefully if enough people show, we'll have some like drink specials and things, and maybe some different ones going forward as well. It's like any big thing, anything takes some effort and takes giving at first before you actually get anything. And I don't really expect much. I just hope to meet more people and hope to make other connections possible through our show and what we're doing here. And when hopefully this turns into something bigger. Hopefully it turns into something where people look forward to coming to it every single month. If it doesn't all flop. But it's exciting. It's exciting at the same time. It's also a lot. I'm definitely hitting busy season here with Hodgepodge, as in Chicago, things are really picking up. For Hodgepodge, being in the moving, storage, junk removal industry, things are heating up. It's that spring cleaning time. A lot of leases for people are starting to move officially. April, May, June, July, August. These times start getting hectic. So we're picking up big time. And it's definitely taken a toll on me, between keeping up with the podcast, running this event, working on my course, which I hope is, it's like 50% of the way there. So I hope that could be released in the next month or so or two. Trying to be realistic about it. Within 2 months, I'd be happy. And the business, Hodgepodge, which is the number one priority, as Hodgepodge is like the foundation that sort of holds everything together. If I can keep Hodgepodge running successful, everything else kind of falls into place. So with that, I am kind of getting burned out and overwhelmed at times, but it's nothing I can't handle. It's definitely making me feel alive. But with that, it's making me give myself more breaks. Every night I have to give myself some breaks. Every weekend, or I try to maybe keep like my Sundays a little more free. Just give more time to myself when I could. I'm planning that time into the schedule. Trying not to take on anything else right now, because I definitely can't. And the only other reason I'm actually even capable of doing this is because with Hodgepodge we've made such tremendous growth, and I was able to hire the right people, operations people, people to run dispatch and schedule the team, train them. It's been huge since we made those investments, that they're gradually paying off. It's all investments at the end of the day. Everything you do, every relationship you're in, everything you eat, anytime you go and exercise, you're making an investment in yourself, in them, in the future, in what could happen and what could come. So you have to look at it that way when you make a hire, when you invest money towards a person, when you put money towards a course, towards a book that you hope to read 10,000 times and eventually you make $10,000. Whatever it may be, you're constantly just making investments. But with that, comes good and bad. I recently did kind of hit a wall, with a few things. Probably, I guess with the podcast, that's kind of what took the biggest hit. I haven't been able to get episodes out in time as much, or get as many guests scheduled out in time. But that kind of just comes with the territory, that I have to kind of plan more accordingly. And I guess I'm trying to think with Hodgepodge, had some issues. there's definitely ways of hiring people and hiring people correctly and not correctly. I've been suggested to look at other competitors, and I was like thinking, I'm like, man, is that because it's hard to find the right talent, especially in the labor industry. You know, you have your A's, you have your B's, your C's. You know, there's the A's, as someone, a good friend mentioned to me, are always going to be hired and employed and taken somewhere else. They are. And the only other way to get people like that is to find them possibly, through recruiting specialists, through firms that are out there. And, there's something called executive, headhunters, and they specifically look out there and poach and try to get people. And it's not like, I don't know if it's like the most ethical practice or not. It's kind of weird, but yeah, it's crazy. I haven't ever had to come down to that. It's something that's just been brought up to me, and I thought about it. Like, I was always like, man, is that a real practice? But it sure is. I mean, if there's definitely people out there that are looking to steal your employees, but I guess from the employee standpoint, if someone's willing to value you higher and pay you more and make you that offer, it's fair to them, right? I mean, it's fair. You deserve to get paid your value, your worth. You deserve to receive those extra benefits, whatever it is. And if someone doesn't value you, then, why shouldn't someone be able to come in and take you from them? I mean, not that you're like a trade piece, you're not, but you deserve your value, and you should find it. So it's actually interesting, because the more I get into, the bigger we get, the more I have to look into hiring the right people, the more I start seeing these different alternatives out there. Like, you don't just post to a job board anymore. You don't just ask your family and friends. There's other ways. There are recruiting firms. There are firms that specifically search for the right people, and it's crazy. It's ruthless out there. It's hardcore. Like, people will come in and find the right people and take them from you. Not that that's happened to us. Knock on wood. I don't know. I can't really recall that happening to us, but it's something we have to be on the lookout for. That's for sure. And just like with I guess that's a cool thing that I've recently experienced and kind of had an enlightening moments with Hodgepodge. So that's kind of cool. But yeah. Thanks so much, all of you, for tuning in. Another episode of Boss to Boss Rants and Recaps. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for an episode coming up. That's going to be about our live interview with Donte. He's a director, producer, and of a few movies you might have heard. Not Another Black Movie, Not Another Zombie Movie, and Choke on That series on Amazon Prime. It's going to be our live show in Lincoln Park in Chicago. So I'm super pumped to get this thing going, and seeing how this meetup turns out that's connected with this whole event. So it's exciting. It's exciting times, and I hope you have many exciting times as well. I hope to hear about them, and yeah, if you know anybody that would be a great fit for the show, definitely reach out to us. Let us know, and let's stay connected. Keep in touch on the Facebook group, Boss to Boss Community. I hope you all have an awesome rest of your week. Be sure to crush it. We'll be talking again soon. Peace.
That is all for this episode of Boss to Boss. Your next step is to visit bosstoboss.com, where you will find proven techniques followed by professionals to help you make that next step. Again, that is boss2boss.com. And remember, the time is now.